Hey, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Nick and Narf, two brothers in Tucson, bringing you great music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. And today we're featuring a group that has made quite a few good albums, did a lot of soft rock. I don't even call them that. I used to call them bubblegum when I first heard them. But, I started liking them more and more. And the group is Bread.
That's right.
This is a group that was formed in L.A., where else, in the late 60s. Originally, and this, by the way, the original members of the group Bread was David Gates. And one thing I found interesting is he played not only bass guitar, keyboards, violin, viola, and percussions, along with Jimmy Griffin, who played guitar and keyboards, Rob Royer, who was the bass guitarist, played flute, keyboards, and then on their first album, Ron Edgar played drums and Jim Gordon played drums, and then eventually Mike Botts became their permanent drummer in the summer of '69, and Larry Knechtel replaced Royer in '71, playing keyboards, bass guitar, and harmonica. We always talk about how many albums did these guys sell, and it looks like it's over 20 million.
Over 20 million, and they didn't make that many. It looks like they made about 7 albums from 1970 to 77. They reunited a couple of times after some acrimonious breakup in the early 70s, and they reformed, and they have a numerous number of compilation albums. Their biggest selling album is Best of Bread, which I think sold like 8 million copies or something like that. But what was amazing, too, is that they had 13 hits on the Billboard Top 100. So they really had a tremendous run from 70 to 77. Some beautiful stuff. And like Nick said, mostly soft rock. But there are a couple of songs that kind of crank a little bit.
Catchier.
One of those is one of the one I selected for us today. We're going to do 2. Nick picked one of his favorites. Beautiful song called Diary, which was one of the hits. I mean, God, you think about it, when you start going through their anthology, you could see all these wonderful songs. And I forgot how beautiful the song Diary is, and Nick really wanted to hear that one again.
Yeah.
And I got the one that kind of a rocking song called Let Your Love Go. So we got 2 kind of poles of the Bread experience, so to speak, the soft side, soft ballad side, and a little bit of the hard side, which did show up from time to time on some of their albums.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to break it up a little bit, but,
that's right.
I moved in the summer of 72 to Thousand Oaks, California, which is in Ventura County, about 40 miles out of Los Angeles, northwest. And I remember going to this one bar nearby, where they let us go in and play, pool and stuff, because I was only 18 at the time. And they played a lot of Bread, and I'm sitting there going, at first I'm going like, oh man, this stuff's so bubblegum. But then the more and more I heard it, the more I really enjoyed it. And I thought they did a great job of composing songs. Lyrics were always quite good, and they always set a good mood. So
absolutely,
there you go.
A very tight and talented group. Who was very definitive in their style, that's for sure.
Never saw them in concert.
No, never did. Neither did I. But they were on a number of TV shows back in the 70s too. So they were very large for a long period of time until there was a little bit of a breakup there. But hey, before we start, I'd like to invite you again to subscribe, like, and share if you haven't. We'd love to have you be a part of the tribe. And if you have, you know how much we love you out there. Thanks for being a part of our journey with us and caring for your ears. And today we got, like I said, beautiful stuff from the band Bread. So you ready to get into it, Nikki?
Well, yeah. Before we get started, though, I just want to let you know, today we're actually recording on Halloween. So I want to wish my daughter, Emma, a happy birthday. It's her birthday today. My wife's birthday, Roxanne, is tomorrow.
You're going to see this in the future, though, Emma.
But you guys are going to see it probably 10 days out. But anyway, the point is, today's Halloween, so I'm wearing my Halloween kind of orange.
Yeah, happy Halloween, everyone. Even in reverse, hope you had a great one, whenever it was. But we're ready to kick it off. So here we go. We're going to start with Nick's selection from Bread. It's the beautiful ballad, Diary. Here we go.
I found her diary underneath the tree and started reading about me. The words she'd written took me by surprise. You'd never read them in her eyes. said that she had found the love she'd waited for. Wouldn't you know it? She wouldn't show it. Then she confronted with the writing there, simply pretended not to care. I passed it off as just in keeping with
So pretty.
her total disconcerting air. And though she tried to hide the love that she denied, wouldn't you know it? She wouldn't show it. And as I go through my life, I will give to her, my wife, all the sweet things I can find. I found her diary underneath the tree,
Harry.
and started reading about me. The words began to stick and tears to flow. Her meaning now is clear to see. The love she'd waited for was someone else, not me. Wouldn't you know it? She wouldn't show it. And as I go through my life, I will wish for her his wife, all the sweet things she can find, all the sweet things they can find.
Lovely. What do you think, Nikki?
Don't go looking at other people's diaries.
And if you do, don't eat dairy, which
I know,
is
he goes,
diary inside out.
He said diary. I found your diary.
He sings so beautiful. His voice is so, hits these very almost precious notes that he hits. And he knows how to really modulate his voice so beautifully. And look how minimalist that song really
Boy,
was.
it really was.
It was just the guitar and maybe a little bit of bass. There was no percussion almost.
None at
just
all,
that kind
hardly.
of lovely, I don't know, clavier kind of music underneath and a little bit of violin.
Sounded
in
like
it.
a synthesizer a little bit in the background.
Yeah, something like that. But just a beautiful,
That
beautiful
chord
song.
progression, though, was sweet. It was really nice.
Their gift was for writing really romantic ballads, beautiful love songs. By the way, we're taking all our songs off of the anthology of Bread. You see the artwork up there on the thing. It's got almost every great song they ever did on it. Missing a couple that I probably would have thrown on there, but still, just wonderful. What did you guys think of Diary? Isn't that just a beautiful song? You know, just so typical of Bread when they're really their best.
Did you ever see them in concert?
Yeah,
I remember,
let us
Loggins
know.
and Messina, I used to love going to see them. And one time I saw Kenny Loggins by himself, and he was like so different, when it was just him. And I'm assuming that going to a Bread concert, I mean, you got to take some uppers or something because, you get lulled to
It's
sleep.
pretty mellow.
Yeah, I mean, he's really mellow, but hopefully they have like Deep Purple before them or something.
But Bread did, they played all their instruments. They were like a band. They had the drummer and the guitar, so when on stage, they did have their full kind of musical equipment to playing with. Obviously it's a studio recording here, so they didn't have
I could
to
see
do all
a
that
Saturday night skit of them, like if they're pretending to be Bread in concert, how the guy would hit a note and then they'd show a girl putting her makeup on completely before the next notes hit, one of those things,
Anyway, hope you enjoyed Diary. Leave us your comments either now or anytime during the video. Okay, I'm going to get into my selection now, which is a song off of Mana, which is I think their fourth album, one of their big albums. But it's one of their more jumpy tunes, and I really like it a lot. And it was a fairly big hit for them.
It was a jumpy tune. Frank kind of played it for me last night, and I said, "Oh my gosh, I forgot they even did that."
Yeah, and I guess this was pretty successful. It rose like number 28 on the top 100.
Oh, did it?
So yeah, it was one of their bigger hits too. But anyway, I think you're going to enjoy it, and you probably remember when you hear it. Anyway, this is Bread from Mana. The song is "Let Your Love Go." Here we go.
There's a reason for the life that you live, and there's a pleasing that I know you can give. And I've been craving the love you've been saving, so baby, won't you give it to me? You're telling me no, no, no. You don't want to let your love go. I'm telling you yes, yes, yes. You really ought to be getting some emotion, and it's out on the floor, and it's a notion that I'd love to explore, 'cause I've been tasting the love you've been wasting, so baby, won't you give it to me? You're telling me no, no, no. You don't want to let your love go. I'm telling you yes, yes, yes.
Partridge Family.
Nice bass there. It's a little bass run. I like this part here.
You're a lady, and I'm here in the palm of your hand. Such a lady, how much more do you think I can stand? Telling me no, no, no.
Little harpsichord there.
Yeah.
You don't want to let your love go. I'm telling you yes, yes, yes. You really ought to be getting some happiness. You're telling me no, no, no. You don't want to let your love go. I'm telling you yes, yes, yes.
What do you think, Nicky?
Oh, good song. You know, when they get into that middle part, though, you know, they kept doing the beat. Dun, dun, dun. They could have, I think, changed it up a little bit, maybe made it a little bit more. The cadence stayed the same, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I really think that they kind of tailored even, their upbeat music to more of a soft rock audience who didn't really want a lot of heavy stuff. But it shows you that they had the impulse to be kind of rockers once in a while, but they didn't play it very often because they knew where their bread was buttered. Their main stuff.
I get it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even think of the pun. I didn't even think of the pun. Yeah, they didn't. That's what made them who they were, the softer side of rock. And most of the songs were love ballads, but every once in a while they'd come out with a hit like a song like this, and it would show that they had the capacity to go into kind of a rock format, but never too excessive, under control, economical, but still tasty.
No, it was good. I enjoyed it.
It's funny you mentioned the Partridge Family because it's true. The Partridge Family used
that. But I think now it's time we break for a Geritol commercial, don't you?
Nick talking about mellow thing. I don't know if you guys remember. Did you ever watch Second City TV? It was with all those lot of famous people. John Candy started there,
Mull, wasn't he?
No, I don't think Martin Mull was with them, but it was Andrea Martin, Levy. What's his name? Eugene Levy. Joe Flaherty and some of these other guys. Anyway, they did this one routine one night where they showed Perry Como, the world's most relaxed singer. And everywhere they were showing Perry Como, he was lying down on his side going, whoa, blah, blah, blah. That's what reminded me when you started saying that, because it's really funny. Because, they can be so relaxing and soothing that it does.
And I don't know if this was Frank's cut or what, but I thought it was. the song wasn't produced that well. It didn't seem like it was recorded superbly.
There's not a lot of stuff in it. I mean, what is there to mix? I mean, there's just a guitar, a little harpsichord, bass, keyboard,
drums,
that's about it.
vocals. You had a bass. I mean, there was still 5 different aspects.
They spent more time producing their love ballads because they put a lot of stuff into those things. They had a lot of orchestration, a lot of violins, a lot of stuff like that. But
I'm not knocking them. I'm really sorry. I mean, I like these guys. For a while, I mean, for those like 72 to about 75, I really liked Brett.
And they were big. They had hit after hit after hit. You know, Baby, I'ma Want You. If a picture paints 1,000 words, and oh God, so many wonderful. I mean, if you go down the list, let me go down the list of some of these songs. You'll recognize them. Make It With You, Dismal Day, London Bridge, Any Way You Want Me, Look What You've Done. That's a beautiful, Look What You've Done. It Don't Matter to Me, Let Your Love Go Truckin' If, Baby, I'ma Want You. I mean, those were big songs back in the 70s.
They were.
I mean, really tasty too. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed our selections from Brett today. Thought we'd go in a little different direction. We're always doing hard rock, real heavy stuff. So we thought we'd do something a little bit on the lighter side, and really a band that really had a pretty solid legacy for a long, long time. And hope you enjoyed our selections.
Yeah, and next week we're going to be showing reruns of the Lawrence Welk Show. So you guys make sure to join. And a 1, and a 2.
And a 2, and a 3. Anyway, again, before we go, I'd like to invite you, if you haven't, please subscribe, like, and share. That's our Chinese threesome there from our Chinese restaurant. And if you have, we dig and love your support. We appreciate all of you very much because we care for your ears, and we're always trying to bring a wide range of musical tastes to enjoy, to remember, and to share memories with you.
And happy holiday season to you all, because we know we're going to be showing this probably in like mid-November.
So we're moving into the holidays. Hope you're all getting ready to get your trees up, get your turkeys dressed, and everything else.
Frank puts his tree up when?
Probably next week, first week in November.
Frank's going to have his Christmas tree up.
I like to get it up done so I can enjoy it longer and try to get into the spirit a little bit sooner. So I hope you guys are getting into it. But thanks again for joining us today. And we'll look for you next time on Nick and Narv.
Signing off, guys.
Take care, man. Ciao, baby.